So I just want to go through the nuts and bolts now. So I gave you a massive big overview of the structure of how we do Facebook marketing the right way. What I want to do is break it down because a lot of people get confused about the ad structure. Now, I'm sorry to those that are not running ads right now because this might make you go, ooh. But in saying that, at least you'll get to understand the structure of an ad campaign. The ones that are ads right now, you'll probably see that things have just changed recently inside Facebook again. So Facebook likes to give itself a facelift inside Ads Manager. Now, the whole purpose of doing this is apparently to make it easier for us. Sometimes in making it easier for us, they overcomplicate it and then they get it right. So I'm to see this next step that they've done. They've just made it overhaul in the last week or so to Ads Manager, just the front end of it, that is. Behind it still works the same. I'll be interested to see whether it's actually made it easier or more difficult. But let's go into the nuts and bolts and go through how to structure a Facebook ad campaign. Who is interested in how to do this specifically? Excellent. So even go back a year and a half, maybe 2 years, a little under 2 years, you used to run a campaign and an ad. Nice and simple. Now we have 3 levels to running a campaign, and then there's all sorts of variables inside those 3 levels, which I'm just going to break down for you. I was going to go live on the internet here and show you, but I'm using a mobile phone and it's very, very dodgy, so I've just done some screenshots and I've got this little thing here, and I might draw you some pictures if you're super unlucky. I'm not very good at drawing, but we'll try our best. Okay, so there's several different elements to running a successful Facebook ad campaign, but just to run an ad in itself. And the different elements are 3 different elements that make up a Facebook ad. Now those 3 little things are, first of all, we've got our campaign. Sorry. Campaign, and I'm going to break that up. Yeah, I might need a glass of water if that's okay. Sorry. Top level is a campaign. Next level down is your ad set. And the level down from that is your ad. Oh, thank you very much. Excellent. Cheers. That would be the minty that I just ate. It's like these. Rightio. So these are the 3 different elements: campaign, ad set, and ad. So let's break these down a little bit further. So on our campaign level, so when you go Facebook, inside the Ads Manager, it'll say, create an ad. And so it jumps straight into your campaign. At the campaign level, we are at our objective, right? What is it that we want to achieve with this specific campaign? Realistically, we're looking at our goal. What is your goal campaign? And whatever your goal is with that campaign, you need it to align with your objective. Inside Facebook, there are 15 different objectives now, 15 different things that you can achieve. Most of them you will not need. A lot of them are vanity type of objectives that I find don't work all that well. So the cool thing is if you have never run an ad campaign before, you don't necessarily need to try the ones that I tell you not to try. You can them, but I've tried them and they don't work as well. Do the ones that I say right now. If you're currently running ads and you're using some of the objectives that I don't mention necessarily here, then that could be why you might not be getting massive results. If you are getting great results and you're using objectives that I'm not going to talk about here, fantastic, keep doing it. Don't fix what's not broke, so to speak. So 15 different objectives. Let's go through a few, so this is the change that Facebook has just made, if you can see that. So you used to go in and it would say, boost your page, promote your page, reach people near your business, so on and so on. Now we have awareness, consideration, and conversion. So make people aware, consider it conversion, okay? The other thing that you can do is it going to be auction? Are you going to bid? Or reach and frequency. So are you going to put a price on how many people you want to reach or how many times you want to reach them? 9 times out of 10, you will use auction. If you are a big business with big bucks and have a proven ad campaign that you know is successful and gets you conversions, then you look at reach and frequency. But most of you will use an auction. This actually didn't used to be an obvious option, in fact. This is just like most people wouldn't have even seen this inside our Ads Manager. So what is our objective? So we can do things like boost your posts, so that's the old promoted post, promote your page, which is typically your like campaign. You can reach people near your business, so it's a local business. So effectively, all that ad is an ad, and it has a radius of X amount of miles or kilometres from your business, okay? It's not something I use. That one there is expensive. I don't use it. I would rather use a different type of ad than a reach people near your business one. Increase brand awareness, which is engagement type of, I don't use that one either. Increase your reach, I don't use that one either. In this awareness one, I would use promote my post, and the time when I'd be promoting my posts, I promote posts on my business page with strategy in the background. So I will generally promote what I call a money post. And a money post is either to build my list or to sell something, but where money can come out the back end. That's mostly while I'll do it. Sometimes I'll do it to brand, but there'll be a strategy in mind. And then promote your page as your like campaign. So what's your objective here? All right, I want to get more people to come and like my page. That's my goal. So my objective is going to promote my page. If your consideration, that's a weird. So send people to your website, otherwise known as get the most amount of clicks through to your website. This is probably my that I use when I'm sending people to my website initially. I want Facebook to send as much traffic, targeted of course, but you put your audience in, as much traffic as possible to my website. So what Facebook then does, it says, right, people that are most likely to click on your website in this particular audience, we will show the ad to those people. So get the most amount of people to the website. Get install of your app, unless you have an app. I don't use this one. I don't even use raise attendance at your event. I will, even if I'm holding an event, use that one, because I'd rather send them to my website and then they opt in to come to my event, or conversion. Get video views, great for branding. If you're not using video, I mentioned this just before, if you're not using video right now on Facebook, you should be, because a lot of people are scared of it. And Facebook is really rewarding you for using it. So it's kind of one of those things that you can get in first. I mean, more and more people are doing it, but there's still a lot of people scared of using video. So if you can put together a video, and a good video, it doesn't have to be highly polished though. I hold my iPhone up and video myself with my iPhone. I only just got a selfie stick a couple of weeks ago. I thought I'd never do it. But beginner's mistake, and I shouldn't even say beginner's mistake, I just want to share this with you. So I got a selfie stick, and then I bought this Rode microphone thing that plugs into my phone. It's got this massive big fluffy windsock on it, and I'm up. And I don't know why I thought that the windsock would show on my camera, but anyway, so I took the windsock off, stood in a sheltered area, and I was doing a video for my marathon people. Actually, I was doing Facebook Live for my marathon people on how you can increase the distance of running really easily without injury. And I'm like thinking, no one's interacting with me. There's heaps of people here, and I'm talking, giving them some gold nuggets. Stopped it when no one asked questions, no one interacted. What did I do wrong? And played it, and all you could hear was Rookie mistake, don't do it. So you can keep it nice and simple in that, but just hold up your phone or do a PowerPoint and record your screen. It doesn't have to be top production or anything like that. So video views, the great thing about using video views or doing a video is that you can get 1 to 2 cent video views. And then, like I said, you can remarket to those video views with, let's say, a website, send people to your website ad or increase conversions on your website ad. And the other one I use is, and I break these down, I use collect leads for your business as well. Actually, it's really cool. So there's an ad. You can do an ad in Facebook that keeps people in Facebook. I use these to really test. I set up lots of little businesses on Facebook, okay, because I kind of have this formula. So I test it quite a bit. And so before I even build a website, I want to know that I can get fans and collect leads. So it's really cool now with this new lead ad, because you can add an ad directly through Facebook where a person doesn't even need to go off Facebook. So they just click submit, and it pre-populates it with their Facebook information. You get the lead, it goes in the end of your Facebook page, and you've got to go and grab that lead. If you do try this ad and you have a free report that you're giving away, you'll want to automate that process. So get something like Zapier or Drift Rock Pro. So Zapier.com. So what that does is, the shortened version of it is, if someone comes onto your ad in Facebook, your lead ad, an ad that you do inside Facebook, they fill out the form or pre-populates, they submit, you get the lead as a CSV file on the back end of Facebook. But if you use Zapier, it will, that lead, automate it into your autoresponder. So that's something you'd probably want to do, just as a side note. But I test the lead ad first before I build the landing page on my website. Make sure it works first. That's a good one. People are opting in. Let's go and build the landing page and drive them to my website. And then I'll use increased conversion as well. Now, again, with increased conversion, so this is an objective that you can have inside Facebook. I only use this once I've taught Facebook what a conversion is. So, the number changed a few times over, and I keep getting mixed messages and stories from my Facebook rep, but the last time he told me, he said you need 50 conversions on your website so Facebook knows what a conversion is, and then if you optimize it for more of those people, Facebook is able to do that really, really easily. But before you get those conversions on your website, you want to run an ad that gets people to the website. Does that make sense? Maybe glazed over eyes. So this is our marketing objective, and this is what we choose at campaign level. So right now, let's just say I'm going, right, I've got these Marathon Girl tops. I want to, I've had 100 conversions. So 100 people have bought my Marathon Girl top. Facebook knows what type of person is likely to buy my Marathon Girl top. I'm going to pick increased conversions on my website. Facebook, find me more of those people. That's going to be my objective. I don't use engagement on app because I don't have apps. I don't use offers. I wouldn't suggest you use Facebook offer. Promote product catalog. Who's got an e-commerce store? No one? Excellent, don't use it. Get people to visit your store, don't use it. So we'll break that down a little bit, but that is your campaign level. You've got to pick which one you want based on what your goal is. Here are the main objectives that I will use 90% of the time, and I don't worry about any of the others, and it doesn't matter what business I am or I'm working in. Engagement, that's to get someone to like the page, to boost or promote a post, or to get video views. All of those are better for the branding side of things and to build authority, so to speak. Now, with engagement type of ads, so let's just say your boosted post, the difference between boosting a post and sending someone from your boosted post to your website, or using a website click objective where you're asking Facebook, find people that are most likely to click on my website, is If you use a boost post, so off your Facebook page, send them to your website, but you boost it, as opposed to objective of website click, Facebook will people that are most likely to engage with that post, not people that are most likely to click on it. So it's an engagement objective. The next one, or the main one that I will use, like I said, 9 times out of 10, before I've taught Facebook what a conversion is I'll use a website click objective. So get people to my website, Facebook, please. So I'll go in, I'll go auction, get people to my website. Next step would be conversion, as long as you've got a few conversions and you can teach them, or lead ads. So those are my main objectives depending on what I want to achieve. So we've got our campaign level, and then we break it down to ad set level. So if I'm going to draw this on the board, I'll do some drawing. And let's just say website click is my objective here. Ad set. Right. So now we're down to ad set level. We haven't even done an ad yet. We're just ad sets. We go, oh, well, we've passed this test. We want people to go to our website. What are we going to do outside our ad set? So ad set is all about targeting. This is where we put our audience together, or our placement, and so on. So in the ad set level, we choose who we're going to advertise to. What's the demographic? Is it going to be our fans, our lookalike audience, our website audience? Usually it's them. So if I will tend to do 5 ad sets per campaign. And I'll have advertise to fans in 1 ad set. I'll advertise to a website audience. I'll advertise to a database. I'll advertise to a lookalike audience. And I'll advertise to that interest-based audience. The interest-based audience I'll usually find will be the less responsive, but I'll still advertise to them. Sometimes I'll add a 6th one on and I'll advertise to people that have viewed a previous video. But this is where it's broken down. So campaign objective, this is where we're picking our audience. And we also can pick our placement as well. So you can run ads in different places on Facebook. You can run ads in the newsfeed, on desktop, mobile, right-hand side, audience network, which is on apps, on mobile devices, and in Instagram as well. Those are the different placements. When I'm starting out, though, I'm generally just doing it to every placement except audience network, and sometimes except Instagram. Now, the reason why I say that is I've been noticing in the last months, probably about 4 months, I started noticing campaigns getting a lot of website clicks, but not conversions. Now, the great thing about Facebook is you can see all the stats inside Facebook. The statistics are there. You don't have to guess what's working and what's not working. So just to give you an example, if I'm running an ad campaign and 1,000 people, it's reached 1,000 people, okay? And a certain number of people have only clicked through on it. I want to know over 1% of people that have seen the ad have clicked through to the website. If it's over 1%, I know the ad's okay. I can try and increase that. If it's under 1% of people that have seen the ad that have clicked through to the website, I know something in the ad is wrong. So that's when I start narrowing it down. Is it the image? Do we split test the image? It hasn't increased it. Is it the audience? Do we split test the audience? And so on. So I keep marking things off until I can get up over 1% of people that have seen the ad click through to the website. Once I get over that, I'm like, I can increase that, that's fine, but I know the ad is okay. The next stat I want to look at is, okay, how many people have come to the website and how many have converted? If it's something that's free, so a free offer, we want at least over 25% of people to convert that come through. If it's under that, then it's something to do with your landing page, and you start split testing that. And you split test one thing at a time, okay? So one of the things that I noticed with placement to the audience network is that we were getting a lot of clicks through to the website, and this all across a few campaigns all at once, which kind of triggered me to go, something's wrong here. A lot of website clicks, not many conversions. So we dug in deeper inside Facebook. Again, you can see everything. It's totally transparent. And we could see that a majority of those website clicks were coming from people that clicked through from the audience network. So then we found out that what was happening was, do you guys use apps on phones? Who uses apps on mobile phones? Who's ever had those little ads pop up while you're using your app? Who's gone to close it and ended up accidentally through to the website? That's what's happening. Now, I'd heard of a webinar happening in the States quite some time ago, and they said they'd cleaned it up. I even spoke to my Facebook rep about it and said, listen, I've noticed about 5 campaigns this happening. And he was like, oh, no, it shouldn't be. And it's like, but it is. I spoke to other Facebook experts, and they were saying, no, we will never advertise an audience network. So if you're advertising right now, switch audience network off and advertise to the rest. I just do all placement now. Once I've got some stats, then I can go, well, majority of the people are coming through from mobile device. I won't bother with the rest. But if you're asking Facebook to optimize it for you, it will anyway. So what will happen is, if a majority of your people are seeing your ad on their mobile device and taking action, Facebook will show it to more people on their mobile device. The next step after this is, in the ad set, is you set your budget. So we set up this level. So we might have our campaign, which is a website click campaign to get people to come and buy my Marathon Girl top. I'm going to advertise to, at this stage, fans, lookalike, website audience, interest, lookalike audience. I'm going to put $10 to each audience for now, for the first 3 days. I wouldn't now because I know it, but if I was starting out, I'd try and put an even budget depending on the size of the audience to each of them, test it for 3 days, then whichever one is the best, and if there's a big enough audience size, I'll increase the budget on one and start decreasing it on the others. Understand that? Not too far over everyone's head. Just showing you what's possible. And then we can set a schedule in here as well. Do we want it to show on certain days? Do we want it to show start now? Do we want it to parted? Do we only want to show the ad from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at night? And so on. Again, I tend to leave that. I let Facebook do the hard, heavy lifting. They're pretty good at doing that. But I know people know that they only get their sales over the weekend. So then you'd only want your ads to run every weekend and so on. So here's what we look like inside Ads Manager. So we can create all these different audiences. So we can create a new audience, which means that you can choose your location. You can choose your location right down to, actually, here's a little tip for you. So Facebook automatically defaults to the lowest you can go, I think, 10 miles out of location, unless you drop. So you can actually drop a pin on a location. So I usually expand the little map out till I can drop the pin, and then I drop the pin on a location, and then you can go right down to 1 mile out from that location. So if you've got a really, really location, then you might want to target 1 or 2 out from that location. And that's in locations. Your age bracket, your gender, what languages. Only time I actually the languages one might be if I'm targeting some of the foreign countries and I want English UK or English US speaking people only to the ad to be shown to. We can exclude people. So if we were doing a custom audience and we were doing, let's just say, a lookalike audience, and we can exclude people that have already or whatever. Ad connection type means that we can select someone that likes our page and so on. But I do one audience at a time in here, so I do, at the minimum, would be 5 sets. So we can do placements, and this is where I was saying about the edit placements. So it will automatically tick automatic placements. and it says recommended. No, it's not. They lie. Edit placement, and I tick Facebook. And sometimes, like my marathon girl, I'll use Instagram. Some of my social media stuff, I'll use Instagram. There might be other things I know that my audience isn't on Instagram. And in fact, your conversions from Instagram typically with a Facebook ad right now is a little bit lower. This might change, but it's a little bit lower. And then audience network. So untick that until otherwise informed. they would have to improve it somehow, but they haven't yet. So you'll waste a lot of dollars advertising audience network. And then we can do advanced. We can advertise to specific mobiles, exclude categories from the audience network, and so on. But like I said, don't advertise to that right now. And then we can add a budget. So, $10 per ad set maybe. And what else do you need to know in here? I tend to rest for now. So you can have options of, I want to get charged cost per click, or I want to get charged cost per 1,000 impressions. Last year, I would have said to you, use cost per impression charging. So that means show your ad 1,000 times and you'll get charged a certain amount for them to show it that amount of time. This year, I find it less using cost per click. So every single time someone clicks on the ad. Here's actually a really, really good strategy to kind of get a little kind of free advertising on Facebook, and this was actually from my Facebook rep. He said do some marketing, so do a campaign with, just trying to think of the objection we'd have in here, with a, well, not website click, with a, let's go website click. Website click campaign to right-hand column only with no call to action. So that means the ad shows on the right-hand side of desktop and do cost per impression. So Facebook, cost per click, sorry, do cost per click. So Facebook, you only get charged when someone clicks on the ad, but you don't have any call to action. You use it just a branding, and it might be if you've got an event coming up, hey, watch this space, 9 days till tickets available for XYZ event. As long as you click on it, you're getting the subliminal message popping up in the right-hand side, and Facebook preference now as well, like not many businesses advertise right-hand side only, so when you do, it'll start showing your ad there, and you can just be in the corner of people's minds. If they do click through to it and come through to your website, you get charged, but if you do have no call to action and something's coming soon, you're just sending out a little subliminal message. So give that a go if you're holding an event. You should try it, Steve. Right, so that is the ad set. Like I said, that is targeting, budget, and placement predominantly. And the last one is your ads. Now, Facebook allows you to have 6 creatives inside one ad set. Who's run an ad campaign that had 6 creatives inside one ad set? No one? 4? What did you find? Did you find that Facebook showed all 4 evenly? Did it show 1? Did it show... One got, yeah. Okay. So, again, a little trick to know about Facebook is that you can actually creatives, and you would normally think this is where you'd split test your creative. Is, right, so I'm going to do 6 different images inside this one ad set, and whichever one works the best, that's the best one. Here's the problem, is Facebook actually does run away with one quicker than the others, and it might be based on one extra click. We usually find it takes 2 to 3 days sometimes to reach optimal level. So Facebook will determine which image works the best within half an hour, and it will stop showing the rest. So if you want to gauge of the best image and copy to use, I do it at ad set level. Just to confuse you, but anyway. So I will only ever have campaign. Let's just say I'm doing a campaign. I might have campaign, Marathon Girl interest-based audience, exactly the same. Image 1, image 2. Split test for 3 days, take away the bad one, put in a new one, until I get the best creative, and then I start playing around with the audiences and split testing the audiences. So you can try putting 6 in one ad. Facebook will let you do that. You do not get a true split test. So on our ad level, here's what makes up an ad. So it's our creative. So it's all that creative stuff. You select your page and your Instagram account as well. You select your copy. It's got to be copy that will convert. Really interesting stuff about the benefit of whatever it is. And your different images in here as well. And you can see what type of ad. So again, Facebook has expanded out from your single image ad through to all sorts of different types of ads that you can have inside Facebook. It's getting really exciting now. There's an ad, has anyone seen it? It's called a canvas ad. Yeah. So a canvas ad, I did have some screenshots, I haven't got them on here. It's really cool. So a canvas ad effectively is, you'll see it on your mobile phone and it will say tap here, and so you tap it and then it opens up and it's like a sales letter inside an ad or a storyboard inside an ad. So when you're making one of these up, and actually I found it really, really highly converting, especially e-commerce, but I actually used it for a webinar and it worked really, really well. So you can set up an ad like, you know, when you go to a website and you see a sales letter and you'll see the headline and then you'll see the sub-headline and then you'll see maybe a video, some bullet points, a call to action, some testimonials and so on. So you've got telling the story. You can make one of those up inside an ad. And not many people are doing it. So they're really exciting to look at. Kerry, the handbags and shoe and jacket place, they did a really, really cool one promoting some Christmas promotions. And so anyway, it's another creative to test, and in testing it, it actually worked really for my webinar, purely because people, I guess it was new. So you can have your single image ad, which is your stock standard. You see your image, a bit of copy at top, headline, pulls through something from the website, or you can have at the bottom with a call to action. Or you can have your carousel ad. Again, really good for more of an e-commerce, but I've seen people using it really, really well in terms of digital marketing as well. It's when you have 6 or so images and people can scroll through and click through to the different images through to the website. We can have canvas ad that I was telling you about, which is your storyboard, or you can have slide share, which is different images that slide share through like a video, or you can have your video ad as well. So here's what it looks like when you're going to design it. So you come down to here and you go, right, I want a single image ad. By the way, in split testing all of these, again, across the board, I think single image ad still converts higher than the others. Not to say I don't split test the others, but the single image ad converts higher than some of the other ads. And in fact, even with my Marathon Girl tops, I thought carousel would work a lot better. Single image ad all the way. Like I said, the video one, if you're going to do a video, works really, really well to brand, and then you remarket with a single image ad, how I would do it. So we can either have a carousel, single video, slideshow. Your sizing for your single image is 1200 by 628. But if it's for a campaign to get people to come and like your page, it's 1200 by 444 pixels is what you need to remember there. For a carousel, it's 600 by 600 pixels, and you can have up to 6. A lot of 6s in that, isn't there? Now, another cool thing that people don't do in this ad level, you can use free stock images. Did you know that? Did anyone know that? So you know how you've got Adobe stock and iStock and all those other stock photos? Yeah. So Facebook has done a deal with Shutterstock. So as long as you use the image inside the ad, you can go and get free stock images from Shutterstock in here. Just click on it, it'll open up a whole lot of images. Be wary because Facebook has rules around images and you're not allowed to show too much nudity. Surprise, surprise. Not allowed to, you can actually have, so they had a rule in place which they relaxed, it's still in place, is you have an image and some people put wording on their image. The wording on the image is not allowed to take up any more than 20% of the entire image. If it does, Facebook's charging you more to show that ad. They used to not let you show the ad, now it charges you more. So even in these free stock images, some of them have wording on the ad that takes up more than 20%. Some of them have nudity, so you just won't, they'll say no, too much nudity, won't play the ad, and won't show the ad. So if you don't have your own images, you can get free stock images inside Facebook, which is really cool. So you an idea of, so just running down further, so we select what we want, how we want it, single image ad. We're going to use one of my images, let's just say, and then we want to put, choose the page, choose the Instagram account, and the website URL that we want them to go through to. Design the ad. This one here is this one here actually has a good conversion. This is people that have come to my webinar registration page and they don't register. I've got lots of different ads running for this, depending on how long after they came, how long after coming to my website. We see you checked out the Facebook remarketing webinar but didn't register. Find out how Jason increased conversions by 63% and decreased ad costs by 57% using this little note technique. Book now. Actually, right. Don't get another bit of advice about being on Facebook and being an authority on Facebook when you start to build it up is there are some people that are not going to like you, and it doesn't matter what you do, they will not like you. Okay, celebrate that. I actually once got told I had on one of my ads, and these guys kept on coming on going, oh, you look real masculine. Is she a male or a female? What are you? Are you an it? And this was through the feed on my ad. I'm like, clearly a female. What's wrong with you guys? But I wanted to be trolls. On this one here, oi, why haven't you booked yet? I had heaps of people, oh, oi, that's just such a bad language to use, you know, oh, that, I feel insulted, blah, blah, blah. Well, don't come onto my webinar. You're going to be even more insulted. So, don't. Pardon? I respond back if they go, oh, don't like that. I don't specifically say don't come to my webinar. I'll just say, sorry, it's not, listen, here's the deal with deleting comments. I would normally have said don't ever delete any comments, except there are some real friggin' assholes, excuse my French, and they're getting worse. And so here's my take on deleting comments. If it doesn't add value, delete it. If they're just being trolls and telling you to look like a man, if it's really, really detrimental to your business, maybe you want to delete it. Don't necessarily delete someone who's giving you feedback as such. So, I mean, I wouldn't delete that because they're giving me feedback, but, you know, I'm not for them. You can delete comments on your ads. Yep. So if it's someone that says, you know, hey, listen, use your business, this X, Y, Z, then you might want to respond back if you've got an excuse. If not, you might get that offline and private message them or something like that. There's one that I'm running at the moment for guys that do importing from China. And you should see the abuse. How dare you, you're taking away Australian jobs. And one of them is actually me, so I'm doing my case study on Marathon Girl and how to import my stuff from China and sell it here. And I hire staff here in Australia to do lots of stuff that if I didn't import from China, I wouldn't necessarily have the business. But they'll say things like, away Australian jobs, how dare you, you know, Australian rules and that. And it's like, we live there because it's a good argument and whatever else. But yeah, just decide whether it adds value or not, on whether you delete comments. You can hide them. Yep. So you can hide the comments. Just use a judgment call on that. So this is obviously more of the same, just further down. So with this, where we do the website URL, choose the pages, then we go down and we put the copy in. So you text in all. So you have 90 characters in here in Ads Manager. In Power Editor, you actually can put a longer. That's one of the reasons why you'd use Power Editor, is the text in here can be a bit longer. In saying that, and Usually I would say your main aim here is to get them to click through to the website. The website is to sell. This one here is a remarketing one and works really, really well like this. Then they can go to the website and find out more. So if your main aim here is to get from here to your website and your website sells, this shouldn't need to be too long anyway. But again, split test the length of your copy here, works, and see what doesn't work. And like I said, the great thing about Facebook, it gives you all the information. You don't have to guess of this. I never used to be a number person, and now I love numbers. Love numbers. Okay, and then you get to use your tracking pixel here as well. So for those that are doing ads at the moment, did you understand that Facebook has phased out its conversion pixel? No, yes? I'll just give you a little bit of a rundown on this because it has been big talk. So up till June this year, so Facebook used to have 2 pixels, effectively. So you'd have your Facebook pixel, which is your main one, and that was on every page of your website, and that was used to remarket. So someone comes to your website, you remarket, goes back, you remarket. Then there was the conversion pixel, and your conversion pixel was a pixel that was put on the page, your thank you page, after someone's action. So there was 2. They merged them into one, and they phased out the conversion completely. So as of June this year, there is 1 pixel, but they still have an option here to choose conversion tracking pixels or do not track conversions. So all you guys need to know for now is that if you were going to track conversions, you just use your main pixel. Don't worry about any of these options down here. But you get to pick all of that at ad level. And I think that's pretty much it. So we've got campaign as your objective, ad set as your targeting and your placement. And in fact, for me, this is one of my most important levels. This is where, this here can be changed to creative. I mean, you know, creative, it's all good. It's good to get it right. But if you have this wrong, then it doesn't matter what you do here. It's not necessarily going to work. Okay? So we want to make sure marketing is right first and foremost. Yeah. Right, I did that one quicker. Good.
Yeah, it was good. It was great. How about a round of applause for Kerry?
Excellent.
Excellent. We do have a little bit of time, though, so what I might do, I might grab a stool.
Oh,
Who wants to ask some questions? Yeah, I think we got some things that maybe we can cover. Driver say he was going to come back.
4:45.
4:45.
What's the time now?
4:30.
Oh, my gosh, I did rush through that, didn't I? It was because I was going to do demos.
Really good, yeah. This is for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Look at the stool.
You're welcome.
That's all good. Oh. Do like, wait a minute.
Right. Bob, questions? All right, so Tony, we'll start down the back.
On the website, on your business page, can you have auctions of items that you want to sell?
Do you have options of items?
Sorry, auction.
Auctions.
Yeah, like in other words, if you put, say, an item on your page and you have an actual auction and you start from $10, for example.
No.
Do they allow you to do this or not?
No.
No.
Not at this stage. But they do have Marketplace on Facebook now, where you can actually pop in
Marketplace.
pop in something you want for sale on market. It's a little bit like eBay now. Yes, we're the message. Yeah, I know. Push it. Yeah.
Just one more question. I just wasn't sure about it wasn't very clear to a lot of people that I was talking to about the click, like, and share competitions.
Yes.
Does Facebook like? Or I was told that they don't like you to tell people.
Yep.
To click this page for a competition to win a $1,000 diamond ring, and to share it. Not allowed to do that either.
No. They frown upon it. So you are not meant to ask people to click, like, or share something specifically, or to tag a friend. You're not actually meant to ask. There are ways around it, But, so for instance, when I run a Marathon Girl, you can win a Marathon Girl singlet, I'll say, click on the, so I run it through a lead. Oh, it was awesome. So I run it through a lead Facebook ad, and I just say along the lines of, win a Marathon Girl singlet for you and your running buddy. You might want to let them know about the competition. Tag them. Please click the form, fill in your details, and submit to go on the draw to win, or go on the draw for a chance to win a Marathon Girl and your friend. So that's how I get around it. And I find that what people do is they like it, they share it, and they tag their friends. You're not. The terms and conditions say that you can't actually ask people to like and
You can suggest.
you can suggest.
In a sexy kind of way.
Subtly. But people do it, and I haven't seen anything negative about it. But actually, I've just got an email from a really, really good source recently saying that Facebook is now, so once every 8 months, they go through and they do a big rampage on ad accounts and looking at things that people are doing wrong, and ads that are, not necessarily conforming to terms and conditions. And they're actually going through and doing that right now, and they're culling a lot of accounts. So be a little bit careful about what types of ads you're running. In fact, I have got the link to the terms and conditions and what to look for that I can to you, and you can send out.
Oh, that'd be
if you
handy.
want.
Yeah.
So you can just have a look through and see whether you apply to what's on this list here. The other thing that's actually just happened recently as well is that a lot of people, there's a lot of suspicious activity happening on Facebook. It's just happened to me, which isn't very fun. But what happens is that trolls have been coming around, logging into personal profiles and doing stuff. Facebook notices this, so what it happens is it closes down or suspends your account until you upload your driver's license or your passport or proof of ID. The problem with that is that it can take anywhere from 3 days to 3 weeks for them to verify that you're you. In the meantime, your ad account is on lockdown. Just happened to me.
Facebook world. All right, Peter.
So, actually, with warning on that one, in fact, sorry, is if you are running ads on Facebook and you are the admin of that account, get someone else in as the admin in case it happens with you so that you don't lose it completely. Or you haven't heard this from me, but set up a fictitious account person. Wendy Rose, okay? Wendy Rose, and she can be the ad manager, and you can log into her and manage your accounts from there if anything happens to your account. So always have a backup plan.
Yeah, great advice. Okay, Peter.
Just a couple of questions to the ad sets. I just want to get this right.
Yep.
With your targeting, the lookalike, there was different ones. When you're doing your targeting, do you have to do it like specific for each ad set? So like you're doing lookalike and then you do all your targeting and you save that and then you move to a different one. Is that right? Sorry, I'm not really good with this stuff. I had someone that used to do it.
Yep.
So I've only just started delving into manager.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing my targeting, so my lookalike audience, it will depend. Now, but the best lookalike audience you can produce is someone who's a lookalike of your buyers. So you'd go in and you'd go, you'd upload all your buyers into Facebook. If it's up and over 100, you can produce a lookalike audience from that. So then what I would do is I would have my campaign as, website clicks or conversions or whatever it might be. I'd go down to ad set level and I would go, actually I'll show you where it is. Jump back on here and take it back a step. So see up the custom audiences, I would click on lookalike.
Yeah.
Then I would go, right, now something I know about my audience is that they are predominantly 35 to 55-year-old females. So I would go lookalike of buyers, 55-year-old woman. And it might be in a certain location. So I might go in Australia or whatever. So that would be my one lookalike audience.
So you save
one ad
that?
set.
You save that?
So I can save that, yep.
Yeah.
So I can. So down below it says, do you want to save this audience? And I'd save it as buyers lookalike, 35 to 55-year-old AU.
Yeah. Okay. So you can save the individual ones. That's
Yep.
the question I had.
Yep.
And you said about video content, not to say copy the click link from YouTube and post a page, to actually download the whole video if there's no copy to it, and then upload it to Facebook.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Yep. So I don't, because what a lot of people do is they'll take, you know, that link that YouTube do, and they'll just copy that and they'll pop that into Facebook, and then it pulls it through from YouTube. Well, Facebook doesn't like that as much. If you can actually get that video and download it to your desktop,
Yep.
and then as a raw file as such to Facebook,
Right.
you're going to get a lot more video views. You can track video views. Facebook likes it better. But like if it is someone else's video, either get permission or attribute it to them.
Okay. No worries.
Thanks, Pete. We're going to have to leave it there because Kerry literally has to get... have you got time or
Yeah, I've got yeah.
for one more? I've just
Yeah, yeah.
asked Megan to
Yeah, yeah.
tell the driver to chill.
Yeah, he can chill. I said to him between 4:45 and 5, but he said he'd be here at 4:45.
Okay.
It's okay, my plane doesn't leave till 10 past 7. But I
Wait,
don't know
heaps
what
of time.
it looks like, that's all.
We can do one more question and then, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, what do you reckon? One more question, or I think
not
we
got
should let... I didn't carry. Well, that's
Ah.
with the cars coming.
We'll
We'll be right. It's an hour.
Yeah.
So you go 5:45.
Yeah, sit in the Virgin Lounge. Done.
Yeah.
No,
We'd be good as well.
no.
Yeah, we'll see you back
Hey.
here.
I was
Tonight.
going to say, if I miss the flight, I'm coming back.
Stay the over.
yeah. I'm running to the plane right now.
Told you I should have left.
Here's your lesson. Don't take one last question. I can do. It's all good.
You want another one?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, Marie.
And I've done background music in it.
Boom, chicka,
And
wow,
then I've
wow.
gone to upload it, and then it won't upload it directly to Facebook because it says that copyright for the song.
Yes,
And yet
yes. Yes.
And it's like, but I bought the song.
No. But no. It says it won't upload because of this thing's copyrighted, and then it says, "Do you have permission?"
Oh,
And you go,
I think I've cracked it once. It said that and probably logged off or something. I haven't seen
Yeah.
that bit that said
Yeah.
permission.
yeah. It's in the same sentence because I got confused with that initially as well. I was actually uploading a video of my daughter headbanging at 9 in the back of the car, and it wouldn't. It was saying, "No, this is copyrighted music.
Yeah.
Do you have something like that?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, okay. I've missed because I've had a few that just. I think I've gone to upload them and then just walked off and let it upload and then
Yeah,
come
that's-
back and it's just gone no.
No.
Mine was probably just more. And I think I've worked out what I've been doing wrong, and that's the ad sets. I need to split them all up. I've been trying more than one custom audience in the one ad set.
Mm.
So
Yay! One audience per ad set. Yep. That's where I split test. This is the level.
I've been doing.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. Learnt one thing. Rock. Done.
Well, the driver's downstairs, so we're going to have to...
Excellent. Right.
well, I don't know. I'm happy for you to stay.
Yeah.
Not anybody?
Thank you. Oh,
All right. Do you want to give Kerry a great big round of applause?